How to reinvent yourself, no borax, no glue, no slime activator. Okay, so you wake up one day and you realize you're tired of the whole thing. It doesn't make sense. Self-help books, you work out semi-regularly, you still bitch and complain, but you have a reason to. And then you think, okay, I'll be this kind of person. And so you show up in that manner and you do that new thing and you're not really into it and you don't really care. And then you stop being consistent and then you wake up again and you have to start over again. I don't know, it just kind of clicks and you realize you've just kind of been bullshitting the whole time. And then you're really much over it. And so you actually decide to use that thing in your head and you make it through. And you did it in 4 easy steps, baby. If you call the number right here, right now, I can get you a whole course for 90% off. It'll only be $1,000. That's 90% of the other number that was really, really big. But now you're getting it for a sales price. And let me tell you, you can't get this nobody else, nowhere else, baby. Absolutely. You want to change your life tonight? Give me $1,000. So it's like 4 easy steps. I've actually really enjoyed the process of reinventing myself. I do it super often. And there's this, I don't know, beauty and joy in changing your minds. And I want to just continue doing life and enjoying every second of it without the fear of being a fraud to myself or feeling like I don't really know what I'm doing or feeling like I'm not the person I want to be. And every time I reinvent myself or I put myself in a position where I'm actually happy and enjoy the life that I'm living, it's usually done in 4 simple steps. Number 1 being, who is it that you actually want to be and define it to a T. Calisthenics, that is my goal this year. I want to do pull-ups, I want to do push-ups, I want to do handstands. I want to be super fit. I want to, go home and make my own food. I want to have long hair. I want to get better at makeup. I want to wear lashes every day. I define that to a T. And the second step, very plain, very simple. I define steps on how to actually get there. I am as specific as I can be. Once again, I'm most likely writing this down. I'm someone who likes to write things down on physical paper. It makes it click in my brain more. You can type it, do whatever you have to do, but be specific. Okay, well, if I want to do calisthenics, I probably have to know how to do a push-up. I can do one now, but that's practice. Okay, every morning before I go to the gym, I'll practice at home on my mat. Okay, I want to eat better at home. I'm gonna buy more conscious and healthy choices to make food at home. Step 3, right? Are you still following me? Very simple, very plain. Follow through. Super easy work, okay? And then step number 4, crazy work. Repeat, revise, add more. And that's how I do it every year. Anytime I want to. Define who you actually want to be true to yourself. What steps are actually needed to get there, make them super small, make them super specific. Follow through, repeat, revise, add more. I remember I shared this with a friend of mine and she had gotten a little that's it. Dude, that's not advice, that's that's the equivalent of you telling me to be happy because I'm sad. Yeah. As funny and as corny and as a little bit frustrating as the 4 steps are, that's really all you need. I am someone who loves to overcomplicate everything. It's my brain's go-to mission. Okay, if there's a way to better myself, I need to buy 12 books and write 3 times a day, find time for prayer. And if I don't do any of these things, I have to start over and there is no progress made. The clock restarts because I failed. I don't know, I think making it super simple and realizing that reinventing yourself is this fun and simple thing. It is not tedious. I mean, it can be, but it's not a punishment and a death of some kind. And I think splitting it up like that just makes it easier for me to understand. I don't need to overcomplicate it. And if I do, it's because I'm trying to find ways to just distract myself. Consistency is the hardest part. You can make it simple and easier for your brain to understand. You want to become your dream person, your higher self, define it, do little things every day and it'll pile up. And then you follow through with those small things and you rinse and repeat. Let's say your goal this year is to become a whole 180 of who you are. You want to lose 60 pounds. You want to become an actor. All right. You want to own a business brand for press-on nails. And also, you want to go out more. You defined it who you are, all right? You made it as simple as you could be. What are steps to get there? Okay, well, the whole nail tech thing. I'm gonna practice doing nails at home and then I'll sell to my friends, boom. Becoming thinner. I'm gonna go consistently 3 times a week and then I'll up it later. Okay, cool. So on and so forth. Within the first couple weeks, you wanna have a priority. What is the main thing you wanna do? All right, well, let's say it's weight loss. And so for 2 weeks, you go 3 times a week and you see change, right? I mean, really dramatic. Let's say you lose 20 pounds. I'm not saying that's possible, but I'm just, for example, you lose 20 pounds. Great, okay, cool. You accomplished that part. You want to be more toned. You want to be more consistent. Now you get to revise that plan. Is it clicking for you? You revise it again. Now, instead of going 3 times a week, you're gonna go 4. And then you end up going 5. And then if you really like the gym, you go 6 times a week. Or you can change your schedule. You go 2 times a week, and each day that you go, it's a 2-hour thing because you have a really busy life. All right, and now you've gotten really better at your press on now. So now you're no longer prioritizing someone to your friends. You have an Instagram page now. And now you sell that stuff, and it is gradual. And that's why the 4 steps work, because you just rinse and repeat them every single time you accomplish something. And it never ends because you're always seeking out new stuff. You get to revise yourself. You get to rewrite, rinse, repeat, follow through, and have fun. You're always going to want to become someone new. And that's just the beauty of growth, of just being alive. You get to change your mind. You know, when you were 5, you probably said you want to be a firefighter or like a pop star. Maybe that dream is still there. But something changed along the way. Maybe it's no longer a pop star. Maybe you want to be an Eskrima music man. Okay, maybe you don't want to be a firefighter. Maybe you want to be a veterinarian. You get to revise yourself as many times as you want until you find something that clicks, and then it's never ending because we're human and we're not satisfied. We have goals every time we accomplish our past goals, and that's the fun part. And there's no point in restricting yourself or convincing yourself that you need to somehow overcomplicate things so that it feels like you've earned it. You have. And it can be easy, and I'm telling you that it is easy. And if that frustrates you, if that wording makes you upset, I don't think you're necessarily ready for growth. And that's coming from someone who hated hearing people be like, it's simple. I would get so mad. I would get so agitated. Like, what do you mean it's simple? I'm going through hell right now, okay? It's hard to get out of my bed. It's hard to wake up. It's hard to brush my teeth. It's hard to do anything. It's frustrating, and I hate it, and I don't want to be here. Real. I think there's just a point where it just kind of like, I can't describe it. I don't even know how I got out of it, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't think I was gonna make it this far. Did not think I was gonna make it at 21, and here I am. I'm glad I'm here too. And I, can't describe to you how much it took for me to get to this point. Not everything you see online is real. There's a point where it just kind of, I don't know, something clicks, and you want to get better, because this can't be it. There's no way I'm here and I'm breathing and I'm kicking and this is all I get. I refuse. I want to have a good time. I want to have a good year. I want to make shit that I want to make. And I want to make it easier for others to have a good time too, because I know what it's like to be bitter and alone and hateful. And I hated that. 4 simple steps. So easy, so simple. And revision can happen in a month. Your life could look so drastically different from one day to the next. If you're consistent, you show up for yourself, and every time you complete a goal, you're not afraid of adding something new, being a little bit more, consistent and like tedious with yourself and the person you want to be. Oh my God, the reward is amazing. I love New Year. I think it's such a fun time. Like, ooh, what are you gonna be this year? And no bitterness, last year was ass and this year's gonna be ass too. It's just kind of like, you have a whole fucking year. Cool shit. I've missed you guys. I hope you missed me as well. It's a quick little video. I kind of just want to get this like off my chest. Like I like little rambles like this, but I do have an idea for what the channel will be. And I don't think it's mostly going to be like little advice pieces like this. I am not necessarily qualified, but I have experience, and I like the idea that I'm helping somebody out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I was thinking like some cool outro. I can't think of one. I'll see you later. Mwah.